This film shows the service roads for staff use and the tourist route through the shuttle system on the UK terminal. The entrance for all staff is at Longport, off the A20. The building on your left is the UK security building with its own parking areas. On your right is the Longport House Police Headquarters. You will not be allowed on-site without a pass. You may be required to submit yourself and your vehicle to a search on entry or exit. These are the current passes to be used. They will control access to the various restricted areas. We are now going to use the various routes to the main work areas on the site. In every case, we start from the Longport entrance, though we have speeded up the film at times to make the repetition more acceptable. An important employment area is the maintenance building. To reach it from Longport, you follow the service road to the first turning to your right. You turn left at the next junction and follow the road to the parking area alongside the buildings. For your protection and that of your colleagues, you must observe the current safety procedures and speed limits. The maintenance building houses sections responsible for maintaining the infrastructure of the UK terminal, Shakespeare Cliff, and other areas. The staff entrance is the first door of the main building. Two large central car parks serve several workplaces on the UK terminal. The first is at the passenger terminal building. The road is clearly defined. Ignore all turnings off to the right. The road then leads directly under three bridges. The first supports the through rail routes. The second, the egress road. And the third, part of the tourist route immediately before the UK frontier controls. The service road then curves round to the staff parking areas and the staff entrance. The passenger terminal building is the administrative centre of the UK terminal and its architectural showpiece. It houses many of the key departments in the terminal and also contains the medical centre. To the travelling public, it offers a host of top-quality amenities: catering, holiday goods, bureau de change, information and duty-frees. However, there is no direct access to these facilities for employees. Employees in the highly restricted Terminal Control Centre complex will use an access-controlled walkway from this car park. If you work in the Tourist Frontier Controls and Security area, you can choose to use the passenger terminal building car park, or more probably, the second major central car park immediately south of the Frontier Control Building, UO41. To reach the Frontier Control car park from Longport, you cover the same route to the passenger terminal building car park, passing through the first two tunnels. But then, immediately turn off to the right. The entrance to the Frontier Control car park is off the first turning to your left. Some employees in areas like the tolls and freight can also choose which of the two parking areas are most appropriate. And in some cases, staff will use service vehicles while on duty. There is limited parking for service vehicles at each of these areas. A perimeter service road provides necessary service access to work areas other than the passenger terminal. The north perimeter takes the first turning to the right after the Longport entry, safely navigating all temporary hazards. The road loops past the road entrance to the maintenance building and through the long tunnel under the main rail line, egress road and customer routes. There is an access to the freight inspection facility and UK Frontier Controls on your right. The inspection facility houses the Euroscan devices, which are a key part of the screening processes for heavy goods vehicles. Continuing along the north perimeter, you can see on the right parts of the freight route, the French Frontier Control Building, the freight reject exit point, and the freight allocation areas. In the background is the complex housing the Terminal Control Center, Rail Control Center, and Major Incident Center. The next key employment area served by the north perimeter is the train crew building. This has its own staff parking area. The road also serves the main substation, though as this is a highly restricted area, parking will be severely controlled and limited to those with legitimate reasons and the requisite security clearance. Moving on to the portal end, you can see the main water reservoir for the terminal. The road then swings over the portal, another highly restricted security area, and becomes the South Perimeter Road. The next building is the Tunnel Emergency Centre. This is where the Kent Fire Brigade is based. It is the key area for those involved with tunnel maintenance. The South Perimeter Road continues through the Cherry Garden underpass, with, above us, the main rail lines. On the left is the main line, and on the right, the tracks of Le Shuttle. As you go past the exit overbridge, Overbridge 4, you pick up the egress route on your left. Key parts of the built-in safety of Le Shuttle's system are the blast walls and the fire hydrants. With the Frontier Control car park and building on your right, you now complete the circuit of the service routes on the terminal. At the T-junction, you join the road from the passenger terminal building to the Longport gate. A left turn takes you to the exit. Do remember, as a Eurotunnel employee, that the safety and security of everyone depends on your full cooperation with all involved in terminal security and safety.
Have a quick look at your boots. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Can I see your ID if possible?
That should give you some idea of the terminal routes available to employees. The other roads on the terminal are those dedicated to customers. If you look at the tourist route, you have some idea of how easy it is to use the system. The first point of contact for drivers at the terminal is the toll plaza. The signage is clear and enables drivers to interact responsibly. For the tourist, the main choice is between stopping for services and going directly to France. If the decision is to go straight to France, the drivers next pass through the UK frontier controls. They then go on to the UK tourist security area. Here, a fixed quota of vehicles is selected for detailed examination. After that, the cars move through the French frontier controls. Technically, from here on, you are in France. Vehicles over 1.85 meters high should be on the left to take a route that leads to single-deck wagons on the shuttle. Low vehicles stay in the right-hand lanes. If any vehicle is then in the wrong lane, it is signalled automatically to take the slip road to the high vehicle lane. From here on, traffic is marshalled into appropriate units for the waiting shuttles. These units move into departure zones or reservoirs, where they are controlled by overhead lights. The departure from the reservoirs is controlled by low-level signals, which indicate whether a shuttle is ready for loading. Once the signal is given, the lines of traffic are escorted along routes leading to the overbridges. They then turn down the ramps and on to the designated platforms. The cars then drive onto the wagons, and the shuttle takes them through to France. Once they are on the platform at Coquelles, there are no barriers between them and the French motorway. In real life, all the preloading and offloading procedures will take about 25 minutes, allowing the whole journey from motorway to motorway to take 1 hour.